The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Porter. I'm trying not to blow your eardrums out today, guys. I'm watching my levels. We're here to report the week that was professional wrestling, guys. Welcome to the fucking show, right? You know, we can say fuck around here. We're on the internet, guys. I come to you via your phone. The FCC ain't got shit on me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, jumping into the week that was professional wrestling. We saw WWE Raw taking place from Chicago, historic Chicago. Seems like Chicago gets a lot of love from the WWE. Hey man, I'm cool, guys. I don't need a lot of love. WWE, Washington State, we're doing fine over here, guys. We don't need you fucking coming over here once a year, motherfuckers. They're like, fuck Yakima. We ain't going back there. Fuck Yakima, guys. So we saw the way we kicked off Monday Night Raw this past week was with Triple H and Shawn Michaels making a appearance. Coming off the Super Show in Australia, we saw The Undertaker and Kane destroying Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Ultimately, Shawn Michaels taking the huge bump off or through the announce table this past Saturday. So this was, we see with what happened here, the reformation of D-Generation X. I've kind of heard it's kind of been a mixed bag in regards to kind of what people are thinking when it comes to this reunion that we're seeing here. I mean, honestly speaking, when it happened a decade ago, back in 06 and 09 respectively, when they had those runs, I mean, was it that good then? I mean, it was pretty watered down compared to the original product back in 1997. But given, it's a different age, different time, you roll with what you get. But again, a lot of people are kind of mixed in terms of just seeing Shawn Michaels. I mean, he looks like he's in great fucking shape. I mean, it doesn't look like he, if we remember him coming back from the 2000, or coming back, in 2002 with the SummerSlam match against Triple H, we saw, I'm sure there was ring rust, but I mean, just as being the average fan, I mean, you're not necessarily always going to notice that. So I don't really anticipate him having a lot of ring rust in regards to this. And I'm kind of, it's a tag match, so I mean, it's not going to have to do the whole match by himself or anything. I mean, it's smart probably do the tag match as his first match back. I mean, it definitely saves the singles match, where there's always fucking already rumors of him wrestling at WrestleMania this year, WrestleMania 35. It'll be 10 years since the infamous WrestleMania 25 classic or whatever. I don't know. Is that infamous? I think that's the wrong use of the fucking word right there. But yeah, the WrestleMania, perhaps what a lot of people are now considering, I would say, to be definitely up there with the Ricky Steamboat Macho Man match, is to be considered like the greatest match of WrestleMania history. I would go as far as to say that Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 25 is better, in my opinion. I think so. I love that match. That was a great match. But there's always already talk that they're going to have The Undertaker facing Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 35 this year from New York City or New Jersey. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We don't have many listeners in New Jersey, so we'll just let that one slip by, right? It's New York. Whatever. It's New York. No one cares about New Jersey. So that's apparently the plan, which if that's the plan, I don't really want to see that. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good match. I mean, a lot of people I heard actually coming out of the Super Showdown weren't really high on the Undertaker Triple H match, which honestly, when I watched it, I enjoyed it for the most part. I didn't think it was that bad of a match. I thought, I guess I wasn't expecting a technical masterpiece. I kind of knew it was going to be a brawl, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're going to pull out a fucking 5-star classic or anything in regards to, what that match was going to be. But I don't know. Who's to say a Shawn Michaels Undertaker encounter 10 years after the fact is going to be any better? I don't think so. I don't really think so. I think I would rather see Shawn Michaels taking on an AJ Styles or a Daniel Bryan. I think those to me are your money matches. But, from the sounds of it, I was listening to the Wrestle Zone earlier this week. I don't know if any of you guys listen to Wrestle Zone. I didn't even take the time to, really catch the names of the people that were on there, but I wholeheartedly disagree with what they were saying in regards to wanting to see, I'd like to see Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Like, dude, we've seen that. Like, dude, is that really what we want to see, guys? Like, do you really want to see another Shawn Michaels Triple H match? Like, who cares? Who cares about that? No one wants to see that. If we're going to be forced to endure the return of Shawn Michaels in 2018, 2019, at least see somebody that's, somewhat relevant. The Miz made comments about, AJ Styles not being in the WWE Championship not being in the main event since he's been world champion. And, it's sad because that's been a fucking constant complaint on this podcast, is the fact that that championship hasn't been defended as the true main event. They're definitely not relying on AJ Styles to close the show, which they totally should be. The man is the fucking best modern day wrestler currently on the roster in WWE. Maybe Kenny Omega will have something different to say, but I think AJ Styles definitely is pound for pound your top wrestler in WWE, with Daniel Bryan being a close second, which I'm looking. We'll get there, but I'm looking forward to that singles match with him and AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. But let's just hope it doesn't turn into what I think it's going to turn into. And that's what we in the biz call a tease, guys, for later on in the show. So again, we opened up with Shawn Michaels and Triple H coming out declaring that they are dude. I didn't necessarily, the promo's okay, but he's like, "Are you ready?" It's just like, again, like we go back, I know I mentioned this, some time ago on the podcast, but it's like literally your catchphrase is reference to sucking dick. Like, bro, like, I know it's 2018, you could say that type of stuff. It's probably more acceptable now to say that than it would have been in any other incarnation of D-Generation X. But hey, man, aren't you supposed to be marketing to kids? Just saying. They've had the DX thing around. It's like, let's get ready to suck it. Like, come on, dude. What do parents really think that they're talking about? Sucking dick, motherfucker. Like, Triple H, I knew you had it in you, motherfuckers. Shit. So, I don't know. We'll see the tag team match. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what ultimately happens. I guess I suppose I'm excited for the match, and we'll see what happens at Crown Jewel, which apparently didn't take long for The Undertaker and Kane to accept it, because like mid-show they were already announcing that the match was made official. So at least we, don't have to, pussyfoot around the situation, and we know that the match will happen, which has been long rumored. It's no real fucking secret that this match was going to happen. So moving on, within Monday Night Raw, we saw, which I think something definitely everybody's been clamoring for, is Bobby Lashley turning heel mid-match against Kevin Owens. I know I talk Leo Rush up, but damn, that guy's got a fucking annoying ass voice. Each week passes by, like, that's my man, I'm talking about, that's, just like, all right, come on, man. I know that's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be annoying. So it's like, I don't know. It's not like to say it's like, outright like, oh, this is fucking X-Pac heat, but it's like got that strange kind of like, oh, this is annoying, but at the same time, like, it's kind of like, it's a cartoon character, so whatever. Anyway, so Kevin Owens apparently is needing surgery, is being written off TV with this match. Hopefully Kevin Owens comes back with his batteries recharged. Hopefully Creative has something fucking for him to do. We'll see. Maybe hopefully they'll cash in on maybe a return with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as a babyface tag team, and let's see them win the Raw Tag Team Championships, guys. That's personally what I would want to see. If it's not either one of them facing for the World Championship, I would enjoy that very much there so much. It's like you hear the fucking click, and that's so annoying. It's like that's the only complaint I have about this fucking Yeti mic. It's like I click it, and then it's like, oh, it's supposed to be your mute button in case you go to cough, haha. But then you fucking hear it. It's like, fuck you, Yeti. That ain't shit, motherfucker. Fucking piece of shit. Leo Rush, totally baited Kevin Owens and causing Bobby Lashley to get the fucking win and destroy Owens' knees. So again, hopefully some good things coming out of Bobby Lashley, guys. Hopefully we'll see him get into a pretty fun feud here soon, and just hopefully this evolves. I think everybody's been wanting to see this, and now that Lio Rush can be a fucking annoying ass heel, guys, I'm looking forward to this act moving forward. We saw Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins taking on the Riot Squad, which was a rematch, which was one of 2 rematches from the Superstar Show, or the Super Showdown down there in fucking Australia. So totally predicted what happened on Raw, which I think everybody took the part that maybe it was going to happen in Australia. But again, calling it last week before the show even happened, we'll see what happens in regards to this being a glorified house show, which ultimately that's what it was. But it was a fun show nonetheless. I mean, if you haven't checked out our review of the Australian Super Showdown, dude, I highly encourage you to pause this and go download it. And you're back. Wow, wasn't that a great episode? Jeez, guys. You guys are super fans. I love you. So, Elias was actually in the ring and, was mocking Chicago in terms of the Chicago Cubs not winning, or at least having the chance to be in the World Series as they got eliminated out of the wild card. I think it was against the Colorado Rockies, in which they got eliminated like right the fuck away by the Brewers. The Brewers were just like, fuck you guys. You guys suck. Fuck you, fucking Colorado, stupid bitches. But, apparently they're just going to keep building upon the whole thing with them going for the heel heat in regards to the sports team. They're going to fucking do it to death now, which, again, that's an easy way to get fucking heat. So I guess I'm not necessarily against it. It's like sometimes WWE, they just like, oh, the fans like something, let's do it to the fucking death. Let's just keep doing it until it's fucking uncool. And then everybody's just like already moved on, and WWE's over here in the fucking corner like, we're still doing this. Roman Reigns, you guys are going to like Roman Reigns. So that's WWE in a fucking nutshell, guys. They're a little bit behind the times sometimes. Ultimately, quick match. Ronda Rousey, Bella Twins get the win. We see Nikki Bella and Brie Bella attack Ronda Rousey. It's a long time overdue in regards to them turning heel. I think a lot of people, again, since their return, have been clamoring for it. Babyface Bella's in 2018 just doesn't work, man. They are the divas. They are the divas. So, it's diva versus female professional wrestlers, which, dude, again, people shit all over the Bella Twins, but I've always, for the majority, I've always enjoyed their shtick. So, I'm somewhat looking forward to that match at Evolution here by the end of this month here. I guess it's only a couple weeks out. So it was a fun segment, guys. In another segment that I have not seen at all, dude, seriously, I watched the Hulu version of Monday Night Raw, and this whole Finn Balor, Bayley, Jinder Mahal, Alicia Fox has never even graced my fucking screen, dude. So it's kind of nice, it's kind of nice having that dumbed down version of Monday Night Raw where you just kind of cut around the bullshit. It's like most weeks I'm like, yeah, Monday Night Raw wasn't that bad. It's because I don't gotta sit through Finn Balor and Bayley and Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox weekly, guys. So we can, it's the small things in life that we appreciate the most. So moving forward, we saw the Global Battle Royal, which ultimately saw the return of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle winning the Global Battle Royal via his sneak in apparently as the Conquistador, which that was fun. I thought this was a really fun segment. I thought Baron Corbin did a pretty good job in regards to introducing this most star-studded battle royal ever assembled. At least that's what he claimed. It was pretty fun. Definitely the creative team, I think, is pretty good at like coming up with these names. I think that's definitely something that they do a good job of. So, yeah, man. I don't know, dude. It was fun. Kurt Angle's back, guys. He's still on vacation though. But he's gonna be in this global World Cup tournament, which is pretty interesting. They're using the term World Cup. I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted, but apparently they're getting away with it for the time being. So that's that's one thing I can make the quick comment on is like all the little promo videos they've been doing this week in regards to every wrestler that's entering into this world one night tournament, which, dude, fuck yeah, dude. I got a fucking thumbs up for this call for this one night tournament. I think back to my childhood, and I think of the King of the Ring 93, 94, 95, even when 96, 97, where, dude, the King of the Ring was badass, dude. Like, it was a fucking one-night tournament, and we're going to crown a fucking champion. You know, albeit we're going to do it out of Saudi Arabia. But they're treating this like they did the 93 King of the Ring, going back to what the WWF had on their roster at the time. Was a who's who of who's on the current roster in 93, which isn't saying much. But, definitely, I mean, we're already going to see Kurt Angle, John Cena. Ultimately, we'll get to the Smackdown participants here in a little bit. But just by seeing Kurt Angle and John Cena being announced, right, you already knew on Monday that it was going to be this. They're treating this with soft gloves, I guess, and they're going to fucking make it good. So I'm definitely, once they announced a one-night tournament, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. So also on Monday Night Raw, we saw Ember Moon taking on Nia Jax, which, it's kind of weird. I thought Nia Jax and Ember Moon were supposed to be, good friends. But apparently they're going at it. Because, friends do battle every once in a while. Hey, guys. Hey, Ray. Because my friend's name is Ray. And I'm like, hey, Ray, is it cool if I punch you in the face? He's like, dude, in the spirit of competition, yes, you can punch me in the face, Kevin Porter. So I punch him in the face, much like what Ember Moon and Nia Jax did this past Monday. Moon defeated Nia Jax via count. A little surprising there. At least giving Moon the win. Apparently, this probably will lead to a best of 7 series. I hope. I think that's all we're hoping for, right? A best of 7 series with Ember Moon and Nia Jax. So we saw the return of Trish Stratus to Monday Night Raw. Ultimately, she was not alone. I heard some high praise for this segment this past Monday. I didn't really think it was the best. I think Trish is sounding more Canadian than ever. I don't remember her sounding this fucking Canadian. I mean, I think of, oh man, no offense to our Canadian listeners out there, man. I mean, I love you guys, north border brothers of the north or whatever. But damn, Trish is fucking Canadian. So ultimately, apparently they have so much stuff planned for Evolution. They're having to condense the Trish Stratus Alexa Bliss singles match, along also with the Lita Mickie James singles match, into a tag team match, which I suppose I'm excited for. No, not really. I want to see that. I want to see the one-on-one match. I want to see that Trish Stratus fucking Alexa Bliss one-on-one match, but ultimately, I mean, at least we get to see a mix-in of Mickie James with Trish Stratus, which ultimately was kind of cool with them being from Chicago. That's where Mickie James and Trish Stratus faced off at WrestleMania 22, so it's a little bit of a fun trivia note in regards to this past Monday with them, reuniting in the ring for a segment there. I mean, I think a lot of people look fondly back on Trish Stratus and Mickie James' feud back from that time frame. But here we are, 2018. We're getting a tag match in a couple weeks, guys. So brace yourself. Which apparently, with those long rumored women's tag team championships, it may not be a coincidence that they're just throwing Trish Stratus and Lita together. I mean, apparently this has been the plan for a couple weeks, which I hear from the fucking grapevine. So there it is, guys. There it is. That's gonna happen. In another match I didn't see, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable taking on the Ascension. From the picture here, it looks like the AOP totally fucking destroyed them. Dude, Drake Maverick looking fucking nice with his, he's got like a little bit of a green kind of leather jacket. It matches the green camo pants that Authors of Pain wear. Dude, fuck yeah. I wish I kind of actually could see this because I like Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and I actually wouldn't mind seeing, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, Chad Gable versus the Ascension. Oh shit, I totally spaced it. I'm sorry, guys. I smoked a little weed before this. Yeah, no, the Ascension were there too. But yeah, AOP. So this is just, again, where they're building up their tag team scene. Right now, the tag team championships are in the fucking main event of the show, which is pretty cool that all the titles are being featured within the main event of the show. I don't know if I've really heard anybody talk about that and how I feel that's very important that they're putting those on a pedestal. But again, here are your challengers coming out. We got, as soon as those titles are off, Drew McIntyre and fucking Dolph Ziggler, the titles aren't going to mean shit again. But at least they're doing something in regards to building up these 3 teams. So hopefully it'll probably be the Authors of Pain that'll take the titles. Maybe, unless Seth and fucking Dean do, which, dude, fucking A, I don't know about that one. Maybe I spoke a little too soon on that. I don't know if that's going to fucking happen, guys. So, but ultimately, yeah, Roode and Gable defeated the Ascension here. AOP demolished everybody. So that's, Drake Maverick looking nice in his new fucking leather jacket, guys. props to him. Paul Heyman came out for a fucking promo, just ultimately and reminding us that, hey, Brock Lesnar's still around. He's going to be here in a month, and we'll see you then. So, I mean, it's your same, Paul Heyman promo that we've been getting for 5 years. And again, not taking anything away from the promo, but again, it's just that we've seen it. We've seen this. So good for them getting Paul out there. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to Paul Heyman being on my cell phone or my TV screen in 2018. I mean, I think there's always gonna be a place for him. It's always interesting. So it's much like Bobby Heenan. I mean, I equate him to our modern day Bobby Heenan in regards to whatever he does, even if it is half-assed. And I'm not saying this was half-assed, but I'm just saying, like, even at his worst, I think most people will say it's above average. And that's just fucking Paul Heyman for you guys. So in our main event, we saw our second rematch from the Super Showdown in Australia, the Shield taking on the Dogs of War, which they don't refer to them as that. I know I say that every time, but Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Dogs of War, dude. It's a fucking fun name, dude. I love that. I like these guys together. These guys are fucking just so grown on me as a fucking tandem. And you figured this was just some, half-ass put together fucking tandem and whatnot here when they did it here within the last month or 2 months or whatever. Well, we've gotten a lot of good matches out of these pairings. This feud with the Shield, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Like, I really don't have a lot of bad things to say here. It was fun to see Braun Strowman just tear in fucking basically get your shit together, motherfuckers. I love Braun Strowman. Like, the more I fucking see him on my screen, dude, I mean, he's becoming my fucking top fucking baby. He's not even a baby face, but just my top favorite guy on Raw, at least. I would say so. I'd say Braun Strowman's definitely, and then Drew McIntyre too, dude. Like, he's coming up, and Dolph Ziggler. Like, I've enjoyed all three performances. Ultimately though, it was Dean Ambrose that got pinned by McIntyre. A lot of people said this match was better than the one at the Showdown. I thought this was a great match, dude. That plancha out of the ring by fucking I think it's plancha. I always second guess the wrestling names. Fucking, that's just me though. But, the jump over the top rope by Roman Reigns, I thought was fucking badass, dude. So, I mean, again, a lot of people fucking talk shit about Roman Reigns, dude. But, like, dude, Roman Reigns is a good fucking wrestler, Say what you say about his character. A lot of people would say it's a lot left to be desired. But, nonetheless, I don't necessarily have anything wrong with the Shield, and this main event was a fucking badass main event. I mean, coming out of the Super Showdown, I mean, they came out and really delivered probably one of the better Monday Night Raws in a very long time, guys. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And, with enjoying Monday Night Raw, I thoroughly also enjoyed SmackDown from this past Tuesday, which SmackDown kicked off with another rematch from Super Showdown, ultimately being a World Championship match, being the SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte Flair, with basically them saying DQ can win the title if Becky Lynch basically, does decide to go through the DQ process. And again, I think this is them trying to, make Becky into a fucking heel. But, it's not going to work, dude. People are still going to fucking cheer and still boo fucking Charlotte. But dude, this is a fun fucking way to kick off SmackDown, guys. Just in a world title match, they were already in the ring. We got the match, dude. It was a pretty fucking physical match, dude. It was very physical. Ultimately, it ended in a double count out, causing Lynch to retain the SmackDown Championship. Very fun. The ending, occurred when they were still fighting up the ramp, and then Charlotte speared Becky Lynch through the Tron. Dude, that was pretty crazy. It looked like Charlotte did fuck her hand up, fuck her arm up there. So, I thought that was a very fun segment. It was really cool. Like, I don't know. It was just really just like, let's just start it with a match. Dude, that's what they need to do every once in a while. Like, not jumping too far ahead to NXT, but I mean, the last couple weeks they've been starting it off with a promo. And I'm like, come on, guys. I like seeing a match kicking off a wrestling show. I mean, does that have to be such a foreign concept for a wrestling show in 2018? I would say no. Guys. I would definitely say no. But here we are. They've already announced that they're going to have a last women standing match, which this is the first of type match for the women. Ultimately, man, cool. Like, I'm all for it. It means that we're gonna see a really fun fucking no DQ match or last moment standing match, I should say, because ultimately it's no DQ, but what the fuck ever. They're like, no, man, there's a difference. There's a difference in a DQ. You could pin them and you could submit them. I mean, I know that, but dude, you gotta make sure you're 100% correct with what you're saying, Kevin. You gotta make sure, because everybody on Twitter is gonna hate you, and you're gonna have to be like, no, Twitter, love me. Whatever, guys. But yeah, guys. So I'm looking forward to that match at Evolution. We saw the return of fucking Jeff Hardy taking on Samoa Joe in another World Cup qualifier. This being because again, there's gonna be 4 representatives from Raw, 4 representatives from SmackDown. This, just kind of just speaking in regards to Jeff Hardy being back on WWE television. I guess kind of like as the match progressed, it kind of I guess I kind of let it go that, it wasn't some surprise attack on Jeff Hardy. I mean, I see what they're ultimately going to do. I feel that, we're going to see that Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton rematch within this tournament, obviously not getting to the main event right away. But, just seeing him come back for the world. I mean, I guess that really builds up the World Cup as, it's like, okay, well, I know I was hurt a month ago, and I know I have business with Randy Orton, but I'm going to put that all aside, and I'm going to compete for the World fucking Cup, which I guess every country does. That's what we do every 4 years, guys. We just put our tensions aside, and we duel it out in soccer. So that's what these WWE wrestlers are doing, guys. They're competing for World Cup status. So ultimately, we saw them continue the storyline of Joe being hurt, and this is like, I was looking forward to this match. I was like, oh fuck yeah, Samoa Joe taking on Jeff Hardy. Like, fuck yeah, guys, this is gonna be fucking badass. But ultimately, the ref stopped it due to Joe unfortunately not being able to continue. So Jeff Hardy is thus qualified for the WWE World Cup. Again, seeing Jeff Hardy back on my screen, I'm a fan of Jeff Hardy. So I know a lot of people talk shit. He's a drug addict, but dude, whatever, dude. I mean, the dude's fucking trying to better himself. So I've always enjoyed Jeff Hardy. So it's cool seeing that he's going to be in this World Cup tournament. Also good to see that he's able to travel the world abroad again. Obviously he went to the Saudi Arabia show. And he, I guess he wasn't at the Australian show because he just made his return back. But I thought it's good to see that he can make those tours and make that fucking sweet ass money. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with Samoa Joe. It's a little disappointing coming off, obviously what I think is probably his very career high moments within that AJ Styles feud. I mean, ultimately, even though AJ Styles retains, it's still good to see Joe at that level, and we know that he can always, just pick it up whenever it's needed. But it'll be interesting to see what he does, or lack of doing so. There you go, guys. We saw Miz TV featuring Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I thought this was a pretty fun segment here. This is kind of like where I was getting back at, here at the beginning in regards to looking forward to this match. But ultimately, I think they may turn this into a triple threat match in regards to the way the Miz was acting. It was a fun segment. They got serious and they needed to. I really hope they just keep this a singles match. But again, just by the way the Miz was left out there on commentaries. I mean, if they had no intention of him being involved, he would have been gone. But, I think we may get that triple threat, which again, I mean, maybe they're holding off on the AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan singles match for WrestleMania. I don't know. Maybe that'd be cool, I guess, if that's something that they were planning. But again, I don't think WWE really plans that far ahead. So the thought that would be their reasoning for it, maybe they're just like, well, we don't have anything for Miz, so let's just throw him in there. So yeah, and apparently coming out of that Super Showdown, I know I made comment like, oh, somebody fucked up or something. I guess that's not the case because there's not a lot of fucking, I guess they just were strapped for fucking time and they didn't want to take anything away from that 27-minute main event that was the Triple H versus Undertaker, which again, I thoroughly, for the most part, enjoyed that. So I don't know. Again, a lot of people talking shit about that main event there, but which when I say a lot of people talking shit, I don't know. You read things on the internet, dude. Sometimes you just go down the rabbit hole. You're like, oh shit, people thought it was too long. Oh, okay. Okay. So we ultimately saw the inclusion of Shelton Benjamin, which I was a little bit worried coming out of last week if Shelton Benjamin would be have that featured role, which hopefully, I mean, they're teasing him and Miz having some sort of like alliance of some kind, which seeing Shelton Benjamin on your TV, I have nothing against seeing Shelton Benjamin on my TV in 2018. I think Shelton Benjamin is a tremendously talented wrestler, and I've always enjoyed his wrestling within the ring there. And that match against AJ Styles was it was a superb fucking match, man. A superb fucking match. Again, the wrestling this week, guys, the wrestling was really fucking good on both shows. Going across like most of the shows this week, it was really fucking fun. It was really good wrestling all around, like really solid fucking wrestling. We saw the full reveal of for the one night in Milwaukee. Aiden English basically came down, revealed a little bit more in regards to what was happening. Rusev, he's basically trying to play Rusev. He's like, I won't release it if you kick Lana to the fucking side, and it's just like, I don't know. I think it was a little underwhelming in regards to the results of this. I mean, it's fun, I guess, but ultimately, I think anybody with, a sense is like, well, obviously there's more to that video than there appears. And I mean, we've kind of seen that before. And again, not necessarily taken away. It's not like you really take, I guess, like, how much more are you really going to take it? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, I suppose. And, it's good to see Rusev and Aiden English on TV. I really hope that both these guys don't get lost in the shuffle and that both of them continue to get pushed, because I'm definitely fans of both of them. And yeah, so here we are. So hopefully we'll be getting the singles match sometime. I don't know if that's going to be on Saudi Arabia. I doubt it. It'll probably be on TV here in the next week or two, so we'll see what happens. We'll probably get good 10 matches before the feud's over, because that's the way WWE does that shit. So we saw Randy Orton in the main event taking on the Big Show for the WWE World Cup qualifier. And like I said earlier, with the WWE World Cup qualifier, it's bringing everybody back, guys. I mean, we got the announcement that Rey Mysterio is going to be participating next week, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, dude. I'm wholeheartedly looking forward to that. And we'll get to the Smackdown 1000 episode here in a minute. But that, it's ultimately bringing Rey Mysterio back, and it's ultimately brought the Big Show back, which apparently this was his first official match within like a year, almost a year of being off main TV, which is great. Big Show is not a spring chicken, guys. I mean, he needs his rest. He needs to fucking get his shit together. I mean, he shouldn't be in the ring every week. It should be an attraction. So it was good to see him on TV this past week. It was a fun main event. I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't a classic or anything like that, but I thought it was pretty fun, seeing Big Show Randy Orton in a, World Cup qualifier. So it's there again, main event talent in qualifying matches. So that's kind of cool. Again, they're treating this like a really big fucking deal. And I like seeing that. I like fucking seeing that shit. So, so ultimately Bleacher Report gave this a fucking D-. So, ultimately it wasn't necessarily the best fucking match, but Randy Orton's qualified. So that's why I said earlier, I think we're going to see that Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy rematch here in Saudi Arabia, which, again, that'll be fun. That'll be fun, guys. So I'm getting to, the SmackDown 1000 next week. They've obviously announced that at the Evolution, they have the pay-per-view Evolution, and then they have, Evolution, which is Ric Flair, Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton all going to be reuniting on SmackDown 1000 next week there. So it's interesting to see Batista, especially after all the all the acclaim that he's received in regards to being the actor within Hollywood that he is now, so it's cool. It'll be cool and interesting to see, and hopefully maybe we'll see more Batista within WWE, because I've fucking been a fan of Batista since fucking 2004, dude. Since 2004, 2005, when he made that initial run. I don't know, there was something about it, dude. It was just like, dude, I like this guy. This guy's fucking badass. Because normally it's just like, he's just some, beefed up motherfucker. But it's just like, I don't know, there was something about him that I just always enjoyed and shit. And I remember my friend Trent, he always liked Batista too. So I was always like, all right, Trent likes Batista, then I guess I like Batista too. So there's that, I suppose. But, so that'll be interesting next week. And then we're going to see the return of Edge, Undertaker. So maybe we'll see a Shawn Michaels appearance. Maybe Triple H will do double duty, and we'll see DX and Evolution on SmackDown 1000. But moving on to breaking it up a little bit here and getting away from WWE for a few minutes. I did watch Ring of Honor this week here, this past Monday on my phone. I actually had to serve jury duty And while in jury duty, they had us in like a holding courtroom, and you were able to be on your phone and stuff. So I was able to watch that Ring of Honor episode this week here. So it was nice to be able to pay full attention here. Again, Ring of Honor emanating from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, guys. So again, I guess I just don't understand how they're booking their TV in regards to having something that was maybe have been recorded like 2 months ago. I don't know at this point. Maybe I should look up the TV tapings and when these were recorded, but they had that pay-per-view, and I know they taped TV from Las Vegas, but that was like 2 fucking weeks ago at this point. So, oh man, like again, like, and they're already like, they were advertising some sort of like event coming from off the Honor Club app this coming Friday, which I don't know. I guess it's kind of that more ECW kind of like just randomness. I mean, in terms of their TV, because I mean, I remember watching ECW back on the day. We used to get ECW over the air television. It was the Mexican station, and so you'd see it. Like I remember seeing it like in the morning. They would air it in the fucking morning on like a Saturday. So we'd watch like ECW, and it was kind of varying time. So you kind of, it was a hit and miss, I think, type thing, I suppose. But yeah, it was kind of like random. You didn't necessarily know where stories were, what was going on in the sense of like a large scale. I mean, you did, but you didn't, So, I mean, it's kind of the way NXT is in a sense, but I think NXT does a way better job than Ring of Honor does. Obviously, it's a more polished product just in terms of their TV presentation. But nonetheless here, getting into the actual TV show here, we actually saw Ian Riccaboni being joined by BJ Whitmer, which I never really had too much knowledge of BJ Whitmer, which I remember here within the last couple of years when he did have that feud with Carino. So I suppose, okay, cool. It's nice to be able to put a face to that name. But he was doing commentary here this week, so I don't know why they switched it up with Caprice Coleman. Maybe they're just trying to give BJ some TV time here, and maybe they consider him as they can alternate between Caprice and BJ. But we saw Coast to Coast, which we saw the build up to Coast to Coast last week. We saw the video showing off Shahima Ali and LSG. They ultimately took on the Kingdom, which again, no reference is made to what happened during the main event of the final battle. What's the final battle? No, final battle is December. I don't know. I'm new to the product, guys, so you gotta be fucking easy on me, okay? You gotta be easy on me a little bit. So, nonetheless, the last pay-per-view that they did, again, you can pause, stop, and go listen to our review that happened a couple weeks ago. So just go a little down in our newsfeed and you'll find it. But ultimately, we saw TK O'Ryan and Vinny Marseglia. Table of 4, Marsegilia, table of 4. We saw Coast to Coast get the win over the Kingdom. So I wasn't really too impressed with Coast to Coast, honestly. I thought they were kind of like it's like Too Cold Scorpio and fucking Marcus Bagwell back in the day in WCW. That's kind of what they reminded me of. So it's kind of fucking a lame fucking 1990s fucking tag team gimmick. So I don't know. I mean, we saw what happened with that TM60 Australian tag team from back in the day. Or within the last couple of years in NXT, now they're back and they're some like badass fucking like alternative tag team or some shit. We saw them on TV a couple weeks ago, but that's kind of what Coast to Coast reminded me of. They're just some generic fucking tag team, but ultimately they're getting the win, so they're obviously being built up. TK O'Ryan and Vinny Marseglia, I like those guys. Like just seeing the dude with the dreads, and I think TK O'Ryan's the dude with the short hair, and Vinny is the dude with dreads. And I really like the presentation, man. I mean, again, not being very well versed in regards to the Kingdom, very little knowledge of their back history. It's good to see them on TV, but unfortunately they took the loss. Which again, barring them, beating the shit out of Jay Lethal at the end of the pay-per-view, it's like these guys should be main event. But okay, Ring of Honor, okay. Hurricane Helms taking on Marty Scurll. This is the second match, and apparently what will end up in a 3 trilogy of some sort. I don't know if they taped that already for Ring of Honor television or if that's happening on the Jericho Cruise, which is taking place in a couple weeks. I'm sure Helms is going to be on. I know Scurll's going to be on there. So there you are, man. Helms picking up the win over Marty Scurll, so evening the series 1-1, which Marty Scurll's kind of taking the pinfall fucking twice now. on Ring of Honor television within the last month, losing to fucking Hurricane Helms and Kenny King here within the last couple weeks. So, yeah, guys, I suppose we're going to see that trilogy concluded here at some point, which, it was a fun back and forth match, man. I actually had fun with this match. Again, Hurricane Helms, dude, seeing him on my TV screen or on my cell phone in 2018, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with seeing him. In our main event of the night, we saw Cheeseburger defeating Will Ferrara in a fight without honor, which they built this one up as something that's been building up for the past year. I don't know why they haven't pulled the trigger on this one earlier. Yeah, man, I know a lot of people are fans of Cheeseburger there, and Will Ferrara, I kind of think it looks like a fucking douchebag, but I guess that plays it up for him being a fucking bad guy. It was a fun match. I mean, it was a street fight. I mean, I think Cheeseburger is fun. I think it's a fun gimmick. So, I mean, I got behind him. I like his theme song. I thought his theme song was pretty badass. Again, not really seeing a lot of him. Obviously, hearing of Cheeseburger, this is actually the first match I've ever seen of his. And it is what it is. He's got a spot on Ring of Honor. So, good for him. He reminds me of like that Santino Marella character, that, goofball character or whatever. So, every wrestling federation needs some comedy, and Cheeseburger's your fucking guy. So that was Ring of Honor television this week. Not a lot really going on, and not really too much announced for next week. So maybe we'll be coming from Las Vegas next week. I'm a little confused, Ring of Honor. So hopefully we'll have we'll report back next week with whatever is on our cell phone that week there, guys. And it's fun saying, I watch wrestling on my cell phone. I don't watch it on TV. Fuck my TV. I watch it on a fucking 10-inch screen, bitch. Yeah, so I don't know. I carry it around in my motherfucking pocket. So we saw NXT this week. Dude, fun fucking episode of NXT. WWE really hit it out of the park for all three of their major shows, I thought. We saw the show open up with Tommaso Ciampa addressing the NXT universe. Ultimately, he was interrupted. Well, he called out basically to call out Velveteen Dream, basically because Velveteen Dream made some implication that Ciampa had something to do with the whole Aleister Black storyline. So it's kind of ultimately what this opening segment was just furthering the Aleister Black storyline. I fucking enjoyed it, especially when Nikki Cross came out. I think honestly, that was making her a star in NXT, dude. And hopefully she'll be brighten that star on the main roster someday. But man, she was a made woman after the segment, in my opinion. I really enjoyed her coming out. Oh, I have a secret. Just that craziness and shit. It's like, you're not necessarily, I don't know. And then her, like, Ciampa talks to the title and shit. And then she started talking to the fucking title. I was like, oh, shit. Like, and then fucking, the crowd was great, Like, the crowd was like, Nikki's got a secret. Nikki's got a secret. So that was a really fun segment. I guess we're going to see the Ciampa Velveteen Dream match coming at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen at War Games here in the month. If that's your world title program, I guess I could possibly see that, I suppose. One thing, and I know that this is developmental, but I the only piece of criticism I have is like, again, I haven't really seen too much of a Velveteen Dream on my TV cell phone, here within the last year. And the guy's promo, I mean, he's obviously developmental for a reason. I don't know. It's Rock-esque. He's referring to himself as the Dream, which is fun, I suppose. I guess, I don't know. He's in developmental. Hopefully it'll get better. I wasn't very impressed too much with what he was bringing to the table, at least for this segment. But definitely Ciampa and Nikki Cross were the two MVPs of this segment here. But I know everybody's up on that Velveteen Dream guy. It's like I've seen a couple of the matches. The ones that were, the real standout ones there. And it was really, they're fun. They're really definitely fun, the Aleister Black matches and shit. But, definitely that promo is a little bit left to be desired, in my opinion. Dude, speaking of people that I think can fucking talk and are going to make a fucking huge impact in NXT, is fucking Keith Lee. Holy shit, guys. Fucking Keith Lee is fucking bad fucking ass. And I've heard this guy's name when he was on the indie scene, wrestling, I believe, like for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. You see his name every once in a while. And just this being actually really the last couple of weeks here with that, because they set this match up here in the last couple of weeks with Keith Lee coming into the studio and fucking Kona Reeves already occupying the space and whatnot, basically just talking shit to Keith Lee. And dude, I don't know, man. There's something about him, dude. There's something about this guy where I'm just like, dude, I fucking like this guy. This guy, like, you know, and he'll make a fucking badass fucking heel, dude. You can see it. You know, when they decide to turn this guy, dude, ooh, fuck, dude. Like, I have a feeling, I don't know, dude. Just he's got that Samoa Joe type fucking, you know, just like I feel like this guy's gonna bring it. So I'm heartily looking forward to Keith Lee on NXT television. Hopefully he gets a fucking push, and we see some fucking badass fucking shit. In Kona Reeves, you know, I don't know. That guy's been on TV for quite a while for NXT. He's kind of that whole, you know, back when the CJ Parker was CJ Parker, fucking jobber to the fucking, you know, up and coming, you know, star in NXT. And, you know, I guess you serve your purpose. And, you know, not to say, like, I don't think Kona Reeves is a bad character. You know, I just don't necessarily see too much in the guy's future. I mean, you look at Mojo Rawley. Where the fuck's that guy been? That guy's dead on fucking arrival. So obviously not everybody's going to work out on the fucking main roster and may not even get to the main roster at this point here. But, you know, maybe 2019 is Kona Reeves' fucking year, and we'll see him debut the night after fucking WrestleMania. Won't that be the day? It's Kona Reeves, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking Kona Reeves. So, dude, fun shit, I suppose. I don't know. Keith Lee's fucking badass. We saw another backstage segment of Cassius Ohno further teasing the incoming Matt Riddle, which, again, I think that's going to be happening here in the next couple weeks. We're going to be seeing Matt Riddle on television, building up to an eventual match with Cassius Ohno at War Games. Maybe we'll get the match on TV. I doubt it. I really think that we're probably going to see his first match on NXT War Games. So that's going to hopefully shape up to be a really fun show. And I can't wait to see Matt Riddle on fucking TV, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. This one's been built up the last couple weeks as well. This is how, like, a modern day triple threat match needs to be every fucking time. Like, these guys were just fucking taking shit and throwing it at the wall, dude. I mean, the normal complaint about a triple threat match is that, oh, well, you know, they get rid of, you know, one of the wrestlers and it's one-on-one, and then, oh, that one of those guys goes out, and the other guy comes in, they makes a match, you know, and whatnot. And, you know, not to say that they didn't do that within this triple threat match, but the points where towards the end they were just all hitting each other with moves simultaneously. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Like, if you go out of the way, this is my match of the week, guys. This fucking triple threat match is the match of the week. And we're talking about, you know, coming off with, like, the Shield and fucking, you know, Dogs of War and shit. And then also fucking your AJ Styles fucking Shelton Benjamin match and shit. Like, holy shit, guys, you know, especially on top, you know, it's just like, this was, dude, Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and Adam Cole are fucking badass, dude, and I don't know, NXT right now, it's just so much fucking fun to watch, dude. It's seriously my guilty pleasure every fucking week, dude. It's not like guilty pleasure, but you know what I mean? It's just like, it's the one thing I look forward to in regards to professional wrestling at this point, so, which I think a lot of fans would agree with me on that one, dude. NXT is just fucking killing it out of the fucking park, dude. Which they made an announcement that they're going to be airing the UK show starting next Wednesday. They're going to, because they've taped a lot of TV on those. And again, I haven't watched any of the spoilers. I haven't read any spoilers on it or anything, but it's cool to see that, dude. And like, I'm going to definitely check it out. I don't know if we're going to talk about it here on the podcast, which apparently 205 Live is fucking another good show that people should be going out of their way for. Dude, there's so much wrestling, dude. There's just so much wrestling. I was thinking about it watching NXT last night in bed, and I was just like, dude, I fucking love professional wrestling. Dude. Like, if I can just smoke a fat bowl of fucking weed, you know, especially some of that Washington State legal weed. To all of my listeners out there that are fucking listening within an area that prohibition is still in place, I sympathize with you, my brothers and sisters in arms. One day, marijuana will be illegal across the land, and we will all rejoice because the corporate America is coming, guys. It's already happening. They're planning for it, dude. They're taking it over just like they take everything over. Ah, shit. Is that the way we're going to fucking leave this episode? Fuck no. We leave it on a positive note, guys. Again, I love fucking professional wrestling. So I think we got a lot of things to look forward to, guys. We got the Crown Jewel coming up. We got NXT War Games coming up. So that's going to be fucking badass, which, you know, the Crown Jewel's coming up and the Survivor Series is coming up like 3 weeks after, Dude, there's just so much shit going on. We got the Evolution pay-per-view. That should be pretty fun. Smackdown 1000 is coming next week, so next week we'll have that to talk about. Dude, again, pro wrestling, it's fun. I hope you all have fun watching it. I hope you had fun fucking listening to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll fucking see you next time.